Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me know if there's any issues. I realized at the last minute I had blown everything up kind of in my settings for the stream we did with having the guest, you know, patched in. So, yeah, I came down here and I'm like, oh, yeah, nothing's set up. My mics aren't in the right spot. I don't have the scene set up to do a normal live stream. So, took me a minute. That's why there's no long intro because I was still getting everything. And then in the process of doing that, I realized I did not hook the modem up for down here because I actually have to switch the connections so I could run this hardwired since my office is completely on the other side of the building and upstairs, obviously. So, anyways, I'm here now. So, cool. What's up, everybody? What's up, Rock? Cycling Brian, Logan's Run. Hey, John, thanks. Eric Anderson, what's up? Cycling Brian, I was just looking at your photo, and this is a good way for I could test to see if I got the other scenes going. Here we go. Yeah, I was just looking at your photo, and you said it was 94% of the Eclipse. Did you guys, at 94, did you guys get like good, it looks like it kind of like that sunset-y feeling. I was surprised with the Eclipse by like how much of the sun would be covered and it still felt normal. Like, I mean, it was until there was just like a tiny sliver left before like the light and everything really did change. Yeah, not that I really knew what to expect. I actually didn't like get all hyped up and didn't like read all the articles and follow all the news stories because, you know, it's Ohio. I assumed it was going to be cloudy, so I just really didn't. I didn't really get psyched. I didn't read a lot about what I should do for photography and all that. I just, you know, I had a little bit of an idea. And I did take some photos during our partial eclipse 7 years ago, so I had a little bit of an idea on settings and stuff. But, yeah, really definitely winged it. And it turned out to be, as I'm sure you guys have seen all over social media, to be there and see totality in person everything is overhyped these days. It was not a letdown. I didn't talk to a single person who didn't think it was absolutely amazing experience. And then also we did a 80-mile day on the bikes, so we rode up to Cleveland and watched it on the lake. I thought with all the warnings there was no chance we would get up to the lake. We went to my favorite spot, the old Coast Guard station, and you know there were people there, but it wasn't crowded or anything. So I mean, yeah, it felt like a weekend in Cleveland. It was the Indians, our Guardians home opener, and no traffic backed up. The freeways weren't backed up. We could see all the bridges over the valley and stuff. So, yeah, they totally overhyped how wild it would be in Northeast Ohio with all the traffic. But they did not overhype how cool an eclipse is. So, I think there's two things that happened in Ohio. I think a lot of people, every single place was having an event. So, I think people went to the places that were near them in general because everyone had something. You know, the city of Akron itself had 13 different spots, different parties. But then, you know, any historic mansion, any museum had something. The libraries had something. So I think it was the fact that everyone was worried about, like, the traffic that was predicted. So they went to an event that was either close to them or stayed home. And then it was raining all night. So, and it was supposed to be decently cloudy yesterday. So I think people people who were, like, chasing the eclipse might have decided, no, let's drive somewhere with a better forecast. And then we had this glorious sunny day to ride our bikes. It was so awesome to get out in like actual decent warm weather and being in the sun all day, even if it wasn't an eclipse. That is, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos. Like, I don't know, I've just been a little drained by the gray and the end of the season, the winter season, early spring just hasn't been that nice. So it was something that just a day that I really needed. And, you know, so that was just like the actual event was kind of the icing on the cake. So anyways, get into that more if anyone's interested. And I'm obviously going to have a video of the bike ride and talk about the experience and all that, show my photos. So what's up, Josh? What's up, Blackball? How's it going? Sam? Nemo? Matt Ford, what's up? Oh, so Cycling Brian, you said you got a little bit of darkening and quite a temperature drop. Yeah, the temperature drop is one thing that was wild. And I did see about that, but I mean, it was dramatic. And, you know, we had been, like I said, we stopped at, you know, the first time we stopped yesterday, it got warm so fast with the sun being out that we all like dropped all our layers. We were all carrying way too much clothes with us, thinking, what if it rains? What if this happens? What if that happens? And then coming over here. Did bring a laptop down. Yeah, but I mean, it dropped like crazy. What do you know what the temperature drop was? Was it like 15 degrees at least or something? I mean,
yeah, maybe.
I mean, everyone in my crew like put sweatshirts on and stuff, you know, like or whatever layers we had. So it's weird with you right there.
Yeah. Go
So you need your little table and everything. You're just like there. What's up, Nathan? Mr. Electric? Man, I would be surprised if that temperature drop was more than 15 degrees. It was really noticeable.
Yeah, but it drops that much like overnight, and that's like a consistent drop.
Yeah. You don't have your mic over there either. Like, this is a whole disaster.
They don't need to hear me.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I was hoping to get more photos up to show on the stream, but they'll be in the next video anyways. I only did like Instagram edits really, so. Hey, what's up, Randy? You said it got really dark. Street lights came on. It was really quiet. Yeah, so since we were up by the lake, it was cool because you could see all the lights. You could see downtown Cleveland clearly from where we were at the mouth of the Cuyahoga. So all the lights came on, like on the big office buildings. But and everyone always says this, but it was really cool too because since we were on the lake, all the seagulls and everything were flying around, and then they all just stopped. And so like the ruckus of all the birds and everything to watch it just all go away was so eerie. And the other thing that I did not think about, I guess it makes sense, but the 360-degree sunset. So where we were on the lake, we could see in every direction, and just looking in every single direction, it was sunset. So that was just pretty wild as well. So, what's up, Hog Dog? This is one of those things too, and it's you just don't know until after the fact. But if I was, like you said, somewhere like 94%, I mean, obviously you had to work, and they're probably not going to give you the day off as much for partial. Like here, most of the schools were off, the colleges were closed, and all that. I would definitely, and there's not going to be a chance again, most likely in my lifetime, but I would drive the few hours to definitely get to some place that was going to get totality. So. Oh, nice. One of your friends went to the observatory at the university. Yeah. They said hi to you, Dave. Oh, Josh, you saw it from the helipad of the main downtown Indianapolis hospital. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool, too, because you'd get probably, I guess, views in every direction, I'm sure. Oh, Amy, you bought a Brooks and you don't like it. Definitely play with the angle. That could be part of it. Everyone's different, like we always say on saddles, so you can't like give anyone real recommendations. But if you haven't tilted it up, try that. Because I ride my Brooks saddles at not that much of an angle, but I ride them nose up, and so that might be something that helps if it's just too much pressure in the middle. So. Oh, Jay Dandy, you said 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for you, full day on the bike with the Eclipse in the middle 85 miles. That's close to what we were. I left here at 10 o'clock, met Ben and my buddy Aaron Novak down at the Towpath Trailhead that's closest to me. So 10:10. Then we met the rest of our crew out in Peninsula at the coffee shop out there. So yeah, and then we must have got home about 9 o'clock too, maybe a little after. We rode. Okay, it's not as delayed as I thought. Mine's showing it's super delayed, but yeah, we got home probably after 9 because me and Ben rode up out of the valley to get Aaron home and then rode on. So yeah, full day out in the sun. It was awesome. And like I said, the hype it's not just hype. It's a pretty cool thing to see. Oh, yeah. I mean, you said you'd be riding the Gap in June. Yeah, and the thing is, like I said, saddles are different. So, like I said, I like them new, and then I like them better when they break in, but some people never like them. So, hopefully it's one that you end up digging. But if not, sell it, get something different. So. Oh, yeah, 2045 is the next U.S. total eclipse. Yeah, yeah, it goes through the southern. It takes a southern path across the U.S., right? So, yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, as people say, God willing, I would be alive then. But I would definitely drive, south to see that if I'm able to. Obscurity. I can't remember if I said what's up or not. The is he related to Brandon Novak? I don't know, but it's a pretty common last name, so do not know the answer to that. Oh, Donald, you said Cincinnati was 99%. One thing that was weird, and I was just talking to Dave about this, is uh, like when it was like 98, 99%, and it got started to get like dark, like sunset like. The only difference it didn't get like the light around you didn't get like that magic hour, like that the glow, like the orangish glow. If you were looking at something like a white wall, it still would have looked white. It makes the photos that I took right before totality really interesting. It looks like I just set a white balance on my camera to like have white priority instead of ambience priority, but that was really what it looked like. It looked really, yeah, it was just still a white characteristic to the light, which made it really unique to have directional light like that. But yeah, I thought that was really one of the cool things that I didn't expect or had no idea. Is this an all e-bike channel now? Yeah, it's funny because well, even in the last video that I did have the e-bike in, that was only like the smallest portion of those rides. So I've only got like, I don't even have 50 miles on that e-bike yet, to be honest. So I do intend to make like a full like review of that bike. I mean, they sent it to me for free, so I'm definitely going to do that. It's going to be an honest review, but I will make a video like that. But I need way more experience, and as I've said before, I want other people to ride the bike too, and people who own different e-bikes, because I just have no frame of reference on the bike itself. I think it's really fun, and it rides really well, and it does everything I expect it to do. But I just don't have a strong opinion because I have no comparison. Hey, Joseph, what's up? Oh, you went downtown Cuyahoga Falls. Or you were in Cuyahoga Falls. I would have, the whole lead up to it, and if the weather still had looked bad and stuff, I probably would have just done that myself. So, but I'm glad we ended up, because I really thought Cleveland was going to be a zoo. I really started to believe that that was going to be wild. So, um, I, yeah, I really lost my train of thought right there. Yeah, I leading up, that's what it was, like a month out, 3 weeks out, all the hype. I'm like, I'm just gonna work that day. I'll be busy and I'll pop out and watch it. And that's really what I thought I would do. And then I'm just so glad it worked out that we decided to take the day off and we had a great day. I was saying I think it would have been cool no matter where you watch it from if I did just pop outside. But I'm glad I ended up in one of my favorite spots and just riding all day. So. Donald, I have no idea. I don't use stem shock, so I don't have any kind of. I don't have suspension on any of my bikes, but I have 5 Brook saddles, something like that, leather saddles. Hey, Mr. Natty, what's up? Nah, I won't be coming out to the Gunk's Not Dead ride. I did see the dates. I am working that weekend anyways, but that's just kind of a hike as well. But it looks awesome, but nah, I won't be out there. Starting to get into it's starting to get into our travel and touring season, but we haven't planned anything except our summer trip. So, hey, what's up, Mile High? How's it going? Vampires were stoked. Vampires got out for 3 minutes. That was the other thing with riding up to Cleveland. Cleveland was closer to the center line of totality, so totality lasted longer up there than it would here in the falls. Not by a ton. What was it here? 250 here or something? It was like over 3 minutes or closer to 4 minutes up there, maybe. I can't remember. Again, there's been all these articles, and I've just kind of been ignoring it all because it's just so hyped and annoying. And
I think like 100% was some. I mean, obviously the whole stretch, but some like random intersection in Cleveland neighborhood, and like the whole, I don't know, the council or whatever was like totally freaking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, trying to like shut down the whole neighborhood and all that. They expected everybody to just show up there.
Yeah, everywhere we rode, people were setting up. There were people through the valley setting up tripods, but I thought like every trailhead was going to be packed. And Hunt Farm, there was still like 2 spots when we rode through. I mean, obviously that was early.
It was pretty early.
But, so that one probably filled up. I did end up seeing a picture of the ledges, and it was pretty full. But I just watched a video of Edgewater right down from where we were. And again, there's people, but there's space. People were spreading out and enjoying themselves. There was no crush. It doesn't look like at any of the events of just like that's what I thought. I thought we were going to go up there, have to wait to get into a spot, and we weren't going to want to do that, and we'd watch it from the street somewhere. Brook saddles are my nose candy. I just think like a lot of people, when you find the saddle you like, you ride it on all the bikes you like. It's like I think it was Lanky who there's a certain saddle he likes they stopped making. I think he might have he searched eBays to find like new old stock of them. Hog Dog, you guys said 77%. It's wild because if you've never watched an eclipse, right up until almost totality, you would have no idea it's happening. Like you can't see the moon, and like I said, even when the sun is more than 3/4 covered, nothing has changed. Like so, if you didn't have eclipse glasses, you wouldn't know anything is going on. So. If you just a partial eclipse happened and say you're just had not paid any attention to the news, it wouldn't have had changed your day. You wouldn't have known it happened. We're also talking about why, like before science was good enough to predict them or cultures that didn't know how to predict them, you would have been blown away because you would have had no idea till 10 minutes before it's happening that something was going on.
You could feel it.
Yeah.
You could feel like something was happening.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it just gets dark and you see this ring in the sky. That would be mind blowing. Yeah,
the change when totality hits, the second totality hits is dramatic.
Right.
I mean, it really goes to night, And yeah, temperature drops. Like I said, all the animals stop making noise. Everything, like it just, if you were just working in a field on a normal day, somewhere in England in the Middle Ages, you would definitely freak the fuck out.
That would blow your mind.
Yeah. Raymond said thoughts on Paris-Roubaix. The women's race was awesome. That was a great race. But I mean, what can Vanderpool? No, just perfect luck, perfectly executed by his team, and just by far the strongest rider out there. This is another thing I was texting with Lanky about, and even if Van Aert was there, we don't think he would have been. I don't think anyone was chasing Vanderpool that day. Almost a 30-mile-an-hour average. I was talking about that too. As I was bombing a hill earlier, and I did not hit 30 miles per hour. And I'm like, geez, that is just insane. All those turns, all those cobbles. I mean, I can't imagine riding that many miles at 30 miles an hour. Anyways, I can barely get my bike to 30 miles an hour. But just on top of that, on such a brutal course, he's insane. I mean, it didn't make it the most exciting race, but you just had to still sit there in awe of that dude. So I had some friends over, and we had a bottle of champagne, which is kind of a joke tradition because I invited Ryan over years ago, and I was like, we're going to have mimosas. And I said, do you want a mimosa? I just don't have any orange juice. And he said, so you're offering me a glass of champagne? Yep. So that was our tradition. He brought a nice bottle. So. Oh, Amy, yeah. You said you rode Great Miami Trail last year and looking to finish it this summer. Really want to do the OTET, Ohio to Eerie Trail. Yeah, you should. It was a lot of fun because we did it once as it's written and changed it up and did it, I think, 3 more times with a modified route. So, yeah, Matthew Vanderpool, just a maniac. Now this is e-bike in the SRAM channel. Yeah. JC Cell said, leading up to totality, your dog freaked out and hid like a thunderstorm was coming. Huh. I didn't think domestic, I haven't asked anyone else, and obviously all me and my friends were away from our pets. Did your dog do anything? Did you have a dog?
She doesn't mind storms.
Oh, she doesn't mind storms anyways. Yeah, I didn't think about it because I did think about, like, I don't know. I don't think Edmund's going to notice that it gets dark out for 2 minutes. I don't think my cat's going to, really care. But I have no idea, who knows? Might have acted weird. We all acted weird. And I saw something, like someone posted this, and I think the meme, it had to be a joke, but someone posted seriously about protecting your pets so they didn't look at the sun. I'm like, they're not going to look at the sun. They don't become stupid all of a sudden. Like, their instincts don't change to, like, all of a sudden look at something that burns their eyes out. Like, we did love everyone we passed. We yelled, "Don't look at it! Don't look at it!" Because people, everyone made kind of glances and like, "Don't look at it," and to each other.
Oh, I found myself like trying to see, on the way home from work. Just, we there yet? We there yet?
Yeah. When it's like I said, when it started, we stopped and we looked up and can't see anything. But then we're like, "Oh wait!" All the jokes. It's like, "Wait, is this thing tomorrow?" I had a layer. I was wearing this one of Terry B's like sun shirts, but I had another layer underneath it, like just another sun shirt, and I was thinking that if it gets, I just didn't think it was going to get as warm as it did. Well, it wasn't supposed to be that sunny. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we stopped at Station Road Trailhead, and I was changing my shirt, and when I had my shirt off, I was like, "You guys might want to put on your Eclipse glasses, because man, this skin has not seen the sunlight in a while." It was blindingly white. We were joking about that, like with anyone, because people were in shorts, and as Johnny would say, pasty whites were out. So, Cleveland is a zoo without an eclipse. I thought you were actually going to make a Cleveland Zoo thing, because I did read somewhere that they said the elephants were the ones that went the craziest, which would make sense because elephants are smart, right?
I thought they were dumb.
No, elephants are really smart.
Are they?
Yeah, they have like these super elephant's memory.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like elephants that have been separated for like decades and like reunited, and they recognize each other. So I'm sure people come up with better elephant facts than that one, but still.
Yeah, what are you, a zoologist also?
I know a little bit about elephants. Sean said, "Clothes washing machines have a spider just like many cranksets do. I need to replace a spider and stop supporting the laundromat." Mile High said they're biking in Boulder this weekend and filming it, so hoping to bump into the Dews. The Dews is like the Fonz. We're not getting into Doozer yet.
It's too early.
Too early for Doozer talk. Too early to hate on other YouTubers. Hog Dog, you said you watched it through your welding helmet? I did see a bunch of headlines about, like, is a welding helmet safe to watch the eclipse through? And it turned out it sounds like it was a it depends type answer. But also, even for the camera, they said you need 16 stops of neutral density to take photos of the sun. I got, before totality, I had a 12-stop ND and shooting at 1/8,000th of a second at f/22, I was able to take clear photos. So, yeah. Also, the whole, like, you can't point your camera at the sun thing is not true. You can't leave it pointed at the sun, just like a magnifying glass. You will definitely, you'll probably catch on fire, but your camera would, and you would ruin pixels. But everyone's put their camera up to f/16 or f/20 and taking a picture of the sun with the sun stars, right? I mean, anyone who owns a camera. Same with your iPhone. If you take a couple photos, you just can't leave the thing like pointed at it. So, anyways, that's one thing. I saw a lot of misinformation about camera stuff. Like, cameras can take photos of the sun. You don't want to just point one at the sun, though, and do a long. Plus, you're just not going to get anything.
You won't.
It's just a blur. I took my first few photos, and it was just a blob, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I remembered, I'm like, I need to max out the shutter speed and everything. You just, not that you forget how bright the sun is, but the sun's
it's pretty bright.
Really bright. So. Yeah. Imagine people 1,000 years ago just surviving, and then the sun turns into a fiery ring. Yeah, you would, yeah, it just had to be nuts. I don't know. My Facebook status was my favorite, and this reminded me of it. Right as we were about to head to lunch after it was just into the partial stuff, and we all made our plans because we weren't all heading to the same places. I wrote, I know, I saw it too. I'm actually I still today. I've been looking at everyone's photos, seeing where everyone was. I don't know. I'm super hyped on it, but. About how you said you were out on the bike and noticed nothing in Colorado. We had elk on the trail though, which was awesome. Oh, nice. Yeah. Did you guys ever get behind an elk and have it block the sun and be like, there it is? Yeah. Yeah, in 2017 we had a partial eclipse. I don't remember what percent it was. It was it was more than half. I mean, it made the sun a crescent, but it didn't have, if you didn't go out with glasses or filters, you wouldn't have known.
You would never know.
I remember I wasn't even really considering it. Then I stacked a bunch of filters that I found around the studio and went out and took a picture, which was average. But yeah, you would not have known at all if you weren't doing something particular to prepare for it. So I have a wet hopped headhunter. So they take their normal headhunter and put fresh hops in it. As someone who brewed a little bit of beer back in the day, and I grew hops when I had my house, I think wet hopping is kind of a waste of hops. They don't impart that much flavor. Dry hops work way better in beer, but it's a really good beer. I just think wet hopping is kind of just a thing they do to make a new beer, and it's been trendy for a couple years, and it's a waste of good hops. So, that was the comment I wanted. Clint said your dog seemed to know it shouldn't have been dark outside. Yeah, we had our mountain bike trails Eastrom open for one day last week, which was surprising. Yeah, and it rained later that day, so I think there were 10 people who got to ride it, who were just happened to be on top of it. But yeah. Okay, but dogs look cool AF in sunglasses. Yeah, Large Marge found these tiny glasses on the trail, and we kept joking that he stole Edmund's Eclipse glasses because they were really small. They're right there. But hey, what's up, Chris FYB? Don't ride while wearing your Eclipse glasses. We did stop once when we stopped to look over the industrial valley in Cuyahoga Valley in Cleveland, a cool spot. We're having conversation with people, taking pictures of them. They were doing group photos for us and all that. And when we were leaving there, we made that joke. We're like, let's put on the Eclipse glasses and all ride and just start wrecking everywhere. And that's also where people were, at that point, people were coming out of there's a bunch of apartment buildings on the one side. And so people were kind of coming out at that point. We were just picturing crashing into people in their chairs and stuff. So I thought you were supposed to look at it long as possible for good luck. Fat Albert said, you guys were 90% range. Definitely noticed the eclipse. Sun got dim and temperature dropped. The light was weird, like a gray shadow at night during a full moon. Yeah, that's a good way to describe the light. So at 90% you noticed it. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering at what percent it becomes noticeable. I could probably go back and I took so many photos. I took some eclipse shots, but I took photos of kind of everyone watching it, and then I switched to my wide angle to get some shots of it just being that weird darkness. But Mr. Natty said, our cat got weird. He started French kissing the neighbor's dog. Oh, said the peepers were out, the frogs. So. My Boston just slept and farted through it all. Brookville, Indiana, with his photo rigs. Yeah, I saw some pretty cool photos from Cleveland. People had framed in the Terminal Tower, our oldest tall office building, which looked really cool. Someone got it nailed, right over the flagpole on top of it. And another guy, Gabe, Soka. I don't know. I follow him on a bunch of stuff. He just kills Cleveland photos all year long. He got some cool ones. I got a shot. There was an airplane that flew during partial eclipse right past it. And I saw the plane coming, and then I like kind of freaked out, and I still got a cool photo, but I could have got it in front of the sun if I was more on my toes. So, and I wasn't drinking at that point at all either, so I was on my toes. Mark said, I was into the eclipse conspiracy theories. I worry about you guys sometimes. There were some pretty good memes, like of the flat Earth eclipse that just had like a line across like the sun and stuff like that.
I didn't see that one.
And then I saw like the Facebook Mark safe thing, like Mark safe from believing the eclipse was anything other than the moon going in front of the sun. And then the other ones that I saw were a lot of "That's no moon" as the Star Wars reference, and if you look close, it was the Death Star instead of the moon. So then people photoshopping stuff onto the eclipse. Eric sent me a photo of Edmund's face over the eclipse. What's up, Chris? Chris, you said the birds were all screaming in your neighborhood for hours. Yeah, the birds went nuts right before, and then they were just gone. Like all the gulls, everything, like seagulls and everything were just gone. It was cool. Roland said, "What's my opinion on Surly bikes? I like them. Rode a midnight special for a good chunk of the winter. Borrowed it from Otis from Dirty River Bicycle Works to test out. And I actually have a bunch of footage, and I had a plan to make a video. I'm saving that. He's switching out the wheels and tires, so I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to use that footage and make a video about the midnight special. But yeah, I have lots of friends who ride them. My buddy Brad, who we do bike packing, he bought a Bridge Club for bike packing, and he loved it. He rides it a lot. So yeah. Aaron has a Pacer, which was that road bike they made for a while, which is a great steel road bike. So yeah, I'm a Surly fan. We were talking about, someone put that video of Trump, like, well, I think it is one of the funniest things, but the video where he actually like looks at it and you hear people yelling like, "Don't look at it!" Like that 2017 for just the same thing with here for 2 months. They're telling you don't look at the sun, and the president looks at the sun. Oh, lost my spots. Oh, there we go. Oh, Josh, you said degenerates and indie shot off fireworks. Yeah, same. Did you hear any fireworks here?
I thought I heard some. I was surprised there weren't more.
I thought it was the city at first, and I'm like, they're going to let off fireworks during this event? Like, we don't need two things going on, but it was just people. And I'm sure being on the lake, we were really hearing the echoes you could hear from everywhere.
It was the same down here. It was like right at the end of kind of the last little bit of totality. I thought the falls was setting off fireworks. I'm assuming somebody in the neighborhood was.
Chris said he made a box with the hole. Yeah, I saw people how you do the thing where you could see the shadow of it. If you don't get like the totality, you can kind of watch the. And people made art. Did you see any? Did you see any of that? Like I don't know what they were using, but they were, as the eclipse moved, or they were moving like a piece of paper under that box, and like somehow I don't know what they were using because I just saw the photos, but burning in just to like make like I saw a guy make a bicycle out of all the different like parts of the sun, but. I've never ridden the Krampus, but they definitely Dirty River sells them, and they're cool looking bikes, and I know people have them. Here's Edmund. that spot. It's like, I don't know, laptop. I'll sit here. What's he like?
Yeah, what is that?
Walking
stretch?
like that? What a goofball. Yeah, I like all the. I don't. I like all the QPP bikes. Salsa, Surly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised how much. I mean, like All City said it, but like I've heard a couple people say, like I thought they were shutting down All City, and then but they are putting out all these like cool new paint schemes and cool new bikes before they shut it down.
Wasn't this the last year for production? Or
Yeah, I think
23?
like they announced. I almost wonder why they announced it so early if they were going to do so much this year. Maybe just to sell more because people are like, "This is it."
Yeah.
So I still think it's a weird decision. They just seem like such a popular brand. We passed a number of All Cities yesterday. So hey, what's up, Racer? Hey, David Geller, how's it going? I know David said we're talking about the Eclipse. We were talking maybe on Facebook or Instagram that he just found a chill spot in the woods on his bike. Ghost Grappler has basically the same geometry as the Krampus. All right. But yeah, what? So does the Ghost Grappler, is it just less mounted? It's just less mounts. More. I guess they were when they put that out. Were they kind of considering that like more of an urban commuter? Come on up, bud. Oh hey,
I've never heard of that.
it's newer. Couple years old now. So yeah, Space Horse is just one of the greatest. It's just one of the greatest all-around bikes ever. Uh, like I've said it a million times, and it's because Otis always told me that. But really, my Raleigh is very very similar uh, geometry to a Space Horse. So, weight, everything about it. So, David, I was thinking about that too. Like I was saying, I don't think there's any wrong way to view the Eclipse, no matter what. Like even, you know, like Dave said, popping out in his yard. Well, you said he was hiding by his garage to not disturb the dogs behind him. But yeah, like I was thinking, if you were alone, it would be amazing too, because just time to like take it in and think about it. But it was a blast to see it with other people and talk about it, or even the strangers around us, like the group next to us, we were, talking to, and just to hear other people, like just people's, I don't know, that you've probably all seen the Instagram videos of everyone, like when totality hits, just there's like this collective, everyone says something, like, you know. Space Horse flat bar is 100% awesome. That's the cool thing about it. You could go any direction with the Space Horse too, I believe. I feel like you go all bars, drop bars, flat bars. Logan said Ghost Grappler is a drop bar mountain bike with a dropper post. I watched all the hype when it first came out, but then I've always had a hard time like keeping up on Surly's lineup just since I don't own any. Yeah, Space Horse with all bars. And the only thing is, I mean, it's still, to me, it's like the endurance road bike, light gravel bike for a Space Horse. I mean, I know it's considered solidly a gravel bike, but I think, don't you max out clearance at like 44 or something like that? So. Ghost Grappler takes smaller wheels, higher stack height to accommodate the drop bars. Gotcha. Oops, there we go. The Salsa cow chipper bars, yeah, those are super popular. So many people rock those. Oh, cool looking Electric Queen. Yeah, Large, who I don't think he's in here tonight, unless I missed him. Probably tired from yesterday. Riding all day, and then we also drank the entire way back from Cleveland. So, but he picked up a sweet Electric Queen. That's a really cool mountain bike. Yeah, I got it. Logan Cow Chippers. There's the Cow Chipper, and what's their other? They have two real flared. I always say this: flared drop bars make a ton of sense. I hate the way they look. they're so practical. Even Ronnie Romance, he likes to bend his own bars out, and he's like, it doesn't look as good, but it just makes so much sense. It's one thing I really like about the titanium bars I have on the Raleigh. They don't flare until after the drop, so even though you get the advantage of like the flare at the bottom, they don't look. I don't know. I hate the turned in levers. So it's one thing I really like about the tie bars I have is the levers don't have to be turned in that dramatically. So. Oh yeah, those are some older ones. Junkyard Dog, Log Lady. Yeah, Grill Monsoon. That's Buddy Large. He's man. I can't. He told me. I think he said he crossed 20,000 miles on that bike. It might have been even more. It was a solid 10,000 number, but he's been riding that thing now for so long. Raleigh for the win. Someone brought up Raleigh in the comments. Oh, they're from the town in England where the Raleigh factory was, and they're like, "Yeah, Raleigh. Is it Nottingham? No, I don't know." But he was like, "Represent," and I'm like, well, he's like, I'm from where Raleigh is, and I'm like, Raleigh was. Raleigh isn't like anything anymore. They're just, I think, direct to consumer now. They haven't made anything cool. Their website's not updated, so I don't know what they're doing. But pass them on a cool, kind of similar air to mine, Raleigh. Yesterday, I was about to say something, then something else happened. Never got to be a Raleigh bro with him, but. Yeah, it's weird. They are just not doing. I don't know. I don't. Whoever owns the brand just isn't really doing anything with them, is what it looks like. Which is a bummer. The Tamland 2 really was kind of a game-changing bike, early in the gravel style. But whatever. All these bike brands get bought and sold. Someone else might buy them next year and do cool shit with them again, or maybe they'll fade away. Someone will keep that name going no matter what. I mean, some of the bikes Raleigh was putting their name on in the 80s are terrible. I have a Raleigh frame that's actually a Huffy here. It's Raleigh USA. Huffy had the US rights for a while, and it's a boat anchor. So. Cycling Brian, you said for what you typically ride, 44s are plenty. Yeah. Yeah, that's what. I mean, I've gone full on mountain biking on my Raleigh, and so is Space Horse too, and so is Large. Well, his is a Monsoon, not a Space Horse, but so have other friends of ours. But yeah. Oh, the wood chippers are the other ones. That's right. Salsa cowbell is wide as the wood chipper without the flares. Yeah. Sad, you said TI drop bars. What brand? They are Carver. I don't believe they make them anymore. And there's good reason. My first set broke. It was at the bottom of the drop. They had, so titanium, if you guys know, is notoriously hard to bend. When they broke, Yonda put one of those cameras like on a string cam. What do you call those? Rope cameras? Like a camera that you put down into a gutter or whatever. Like I don't know, whatever. Into the bars, and they had actually for the drop welded. They had cut and bent and then welded it internally, and then polished it on the outside. So obviously it wasn't a great strategy. They're so bendy and flexible. I love them, but I also do know that I have to be a little bit careful with them. So, anyways, they gave me my money back for the bars, and then I searched online and I found a set that because their website didn't have it anymore, and actually bought them again. And I don't know. Yonda noticed that I was stupid, but I love the bars so much that I got them anyways. I was hoping that mine was just a freak bad weld, but maybe not since they don't sell them anymore. But let's see. Let's check their website. I haven't looked in a while. See if they brought anything out. Yeah, because titanium drops are rare. I did see at the Philly Bike Expo last year a brand had them, or was that Portland Handmade show? Someone has some out, but they made them a different style where they kind of welded the drops onto them separate. I can't remember who that was, though. They were super expensive, like insanely expensive. The ones that were at that handmade show. Not that these are cheap; these are $250 handlebars as well. But it's my favorite bike. I put thousands of miles on it, so cockpit is what we need. I think. Like, why don't they have a thing called? Oh, they do have. Oh, aluminum bright bar. Now they have titanium sweeps, titanium riser, titanium pry bar. Yeah, so they don't have the drops anymore. And I think they were just called the all road bar. So. Boroscope camera. First full suspension bike you rode was a Raleigh. Oh, cycling around. You said there's a shop here in your town that sells Raleigh. Actually, mine comes from the bike shop that's right down the street, and they had a bunch of Raleighs. I assumed everything they had in there was still just stuff that hadn't sold. I didn't realize that there were bike shops that still had Raleighs in them. So. Rectal cam, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Endoscope. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't looked for a while. The last time I looked at Raleigh's website, it was not updated with anything.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. Enjoy the ride.
Don't go to that one.
What is this?
That's not what I was looking at. I was looking at Raleigh.c or UK or CO.
See. Kids. They got mountain bikes. They have mountain bikes and urban bikes. Nothing else listed on here.
So this is the third different Raleigh website.
I'm wondering if they've just sold the name to a number of different companies.
That's what I was just looking up.
Oh, wow.
What did I just read? Yeah, they've switched owners, or the parent company switched like 3 times in the last few years.
Yeah, they're just a brand name now. Someone just likes that head badge because it is sweet.
Pretty sweet head badge.
Yeah, I wonder what's the Raleigh website you were looking at?
It was just Raleigh.co.uk.
Oh, so this might just be the U.S. version or the worldwide version of Raleigh, and then .uk.
Yeah.
Let's see what the British Raleigh looks like.
That's not. Put co in there. Co.uk. .co.uk. There's just on it.
Oh, so this is the UK version is more of an e-bike company. Oh no, they have other things.
Pretty much the same thing though. Commuters.
Yeah.
A lot of kids' bikes. They did have like a, I don't know how legit it is, but like a throwback anniversary bike, road bike.
Wow, this is a horrible website.
Oh, they're all horrible. There's like a Raleigh.com too, just straight up Raleigh.com, which is just all kid bike.
Why gender? Why even have a gendered section? God, it's stupid. For bikes.
That's what the little cutouts for.
That's called the cutouts for. It's called a step through. Yeah, whatever. Trash. It's a bummer. They were making cool stuff for what in the mid 2000s, late 2000s for a while there, but
My
some cool touring.
cyclocross bike is awesome.
Oh yeah, you have a Raleigh cyclocross bike. Yeah, they had. I'm trying to think of the one Micah had. Micah had like a road kind of touring bike Raleigh that was sweet too. What's up, Tim? What's up, Donald? Ganaplex, how's it going? Hey, what's up, Ben? Said Green from Dayton. Dayton, he's jealous of our Rust Belt scene up here. Yeah, I've cruised around Dayton a little bit. It was a number of years ago, and we were on. Well, I was on a vintage Schwinn road bike, and Erin was on. Oh, same thing. She was riding her World Sport back then. So we just rode the bike pass, so I didn't really do a ton of exploring. You would think Dayton would have some urban exploring, though, right? Hit all the breweries downtown. So
Shit, a World Sport?
yeah, still does.
It's a pretty sick bike.
Yeah, they used that name for a long time. Hers is one of the nicer ones. Like it has like real dropouts and everything. Hers is an 86, I believe, and it's 4130 chrome alloy build, double butted. So, but it's top tube shifters and it has suicide levers, which I thought was weird. But yeah, she rode that bike at first. That was the first bike she rode as an adult. I
Good choice.
I bought that just to get the front wheel off it from a scrapper because he was selling it for $25. And so I bought it and put that front wheel on my Peugeot, which I bought from him for $30. So yeah, Raleigh's like the English version of Schwinn. It was the biggest bike company over there, or the French version of Peugeot, and or the French version of Peugeot.
The English version of Peugeot.
English version of Peugeot, yeah. But now it's just a name, unfortunately. Hog Dog said I'd take a Raleigh over a Schwinn and a Schwinn over a Huffy. I don't. It gets close sometimes. It depends. Hey, Schwinn made some good bikes again once they were bought, and for a while. But you just never know. It just depends on who owns them and what they're doing with them at the time. There's some totally trash Schwinns. Was Huffy ever, like, Huffy was a decent brand at some point, right? Just not like way back. I don't, even speaking of Dayton, when we were at the Wright Brothers, there was old Huffy stuff in there.
Well, but yeah. How far back you?
Yeah, that was like 1912 or whatever. I don't know at what point they became trash, But. Yeah, I grew up with my first bike was a Huffy. It was just a little BMX dirt bike thing that like all the kids rode.
Well, yeah, like a Huffy BMX.
Yeah.
It was legit.
Then my parents gave me, with my brothers. It was here. I just finally put it out on the curb like a few months ago. But it was a Huffy Mountain Storm. And I remember not liking it when it was my bike when I was younger. Like how bad the shifting always was no matter what I did and how heavy it felt. And the brakes weren't good. And then my parents were cleaning out their barn and asked if I wanted to take some of the bikes and donate them to some of the groups I know. And that Huffy, I was like, this is the biggest piece of shit I could imagine. The dropouts were put into the tubes, and then the tubes were just crimped.
Nice.
To hold the dropout in. I was like, this is the shittiest bike construction you could imagine. And these big goofy brakes that now I realize, I'm like, no wonder none of this stuff worked. And no name shifters. It was just absolute, garbo. Hey, what's up, Glenn? How's it going? Oh, that's Glenn, what you're saying. Estelle bought Raleigh bicycles. Yeah, I watched it was a British history of bikes, and when I did my first video on the Tamland, I went into the history of Raleigh. But, I mean, they got, I think, sold for the first time in the late 70s, right? Because I know they brought back making good race bikes in a special shop that was not like the main Raleigh shop when there was the Raleigh TI team and all that. But that wasn't really, I guess, legacy's a hard thing to define, but it wasn't even really Raleigh, so. Yeah, it's interesting. So a number of you were saying who owns Raleigh right now. And we're talking about the Schwinn thing and everything like that. It's amazing because people really don't like unless you're a nerd about this stuff, don't know. I was doing this photographing this bike ride thing a number of years ago, and there was a dude, and him and his wife had Schwinn's, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't really know, what to get, but we went to the store and they had Schwinn's, so we figured they had to be good," and that's why people buy those names. Those people bought it just thinking, "Oh, this is Schwinn," and like, no, this is not Chicago Schwinn.
Yeah, right.
You did not buy a bike where there was still a headquarters in Chicago or a factory in Chicago. This is a department store bike. So yeah, Huffy has Walmart bikes and Kmart bikes. So are a lot of Schwinn's, but. And Racer said Schwinn kept making great bikes even after they were sold. Didn't they? They did both though, right? The Schwinn name went on garbage bikes and it still went on some decent bikes. I'm just thinking about the Schwinn my one friend owned, which was a really nice. I think it was a Reynolds tube set, or maybe Tongay. I can't remember, but ended up buying the wheel set off that bike. That's on my bike. That's on the trainer actually. But yeah, that was a really nice steel road bike. That wasn't classic Schwinn, but yeah, they were all over the place. And even back in the day, I mean, when I talk about Peugeot, they made top of the line custom race bikes, and they also made a couple of the Peugeots I have, which were real low end, but the low end just didn't get as low as it does now. They were still made in France by people who knew how to make bikes. Racer said, "I don't see Huffy anywhere these days." Yeah, I wouldn't know. I've never looked. So. Yeah, David, you said you have a sweet Raleigh tour that's 14 years old. That would make sense too. They were still doing some decent stuff then. Yeah, is Huffy out there? Like, I don't even know. I'm sure, but or does Walmart just call their bikes Walmart bikes? Yeah, they're out there.
I think they're still at Walmart. Yeah.
And they're still marketing it like they're Huffy. It said been making great bikes since 1892. Oh, so look, the company that owns them, Huffy, Buzz, Batch, Vast. Don't they make Thai or like magnesium bikes? And then they also have Niner. So.
What?
I think Niner just went out of business and got bought. Like, I think actual Niner went out. Someone else might know this, but I feel like Niner went out of business and someone bought the name. Obviously, whoever owns Huffy. Huffy is excited to announce our newest pro BMX rider. Huh. So they're still doing decent BMX bikes? Or putting their name on decent BMX bikes? I don't know. If you remember, too, not that I remember from firsthand experience, in the 80s, Huffy sponsored that really good U.S. team, 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And they put Huffy on the bikes, but the bikes were never Huffy's. They were,
Yeah.
yeah, one year they were Eddie Merckx, and the year they said Huffy, they were... I can't believe I'm forgetting this. They're some of my favorite bikes ever in that paint scheme. Who's making those? Oh, the builder. God damn it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. King Kong in Brooklyn has a big collection of his stuff. What's the name of that builder? They're American handmade bikes. I can't think of the name of that. Have to look up Team 7-Eleven. Sirota. They're Sirotas. The Sirotas had Huffy written on them, but they were, really nice Sirota bikes. So, Sirota? Is it Sirota or Sirota?
They both sound right.
Yeah.
I think it's Ada.
Yeah, I love those bikes. Yeah, I think they did. Eddie Merckx made them for a couple years, and then they were, Oh, why did it do that? It's not what I clicked on. Oh my god. Anywho. Go down a rabbit hole like that. Well, Schwinn also kept open their high end racing bike um, stuff for a while, which is what became Waterford and Gunner. So Schwinn had the separate shop that was still building custom road bikes that were really nice. And when Schwinn decided to stop doing that, uh, the grandson of the founder of Schwinn bought the shop, and that's the Waterford and Gunner that just went out of business last year. So yeah, Schwinn made good bikes for a long time, and then they still, um, even when they sold the shop, the Taiwanese road bikes they were making were still pretty decent. I think Panasonic was building them, and they were just branding them to Schwinn specs. So last good Schwinns were like with I think they went into the '90s. I don't think Waterford started until mid '90s, so Schwinn was still making really nice bikes for a while. Yeah, my is that I think my tan line is 853 steel. So let's see the one you guys posted. Give me a minute. Discord's running super slow. Had Zachary Crew Jones rode for Huffy BMX, and I wonder too. Like, I mean, they could be doing the same thing. They could be having someone build them nice BMX bikes that they're putting the name on. So, just sorry, racer, you have to give me a minute. For some reason, the Discord is not loading anyone's photos. Are we fine on our stream quality? Yeah, stream quality's fine. So I don't know what's up. So the internet, just being that the internet is working fine. So stream is healthy. So we should have good internet. But Discord might be just having a problem right now. There we go. Oh yeah, what is that? Is that a Sun Tour group set? Yeah, it's funny because the Raleigh road bike I have has the Raleigh stamped into the seat stays like that, and even into the dropouts, but it's just all, as they say, gas pipe. Come on, internet. Oh, there we go. What is that saddle? Oh, this is the one of those Pearsons that I have too. Those cheap Indian knockoffs of the Brooks. Huffy with a big, what's up, bouncing bike? Like Huffy with a big long banana seat. I had one like that. I don't know if it was a Huffy. It was my brother's bike, so my second bike. No, I learned to ride on that, and then I got my Huffy dirt bike because it had that. They had that little like kind of almost like a handle over at the end of the banana seat. I remember my dad's hand on there, like teaching me how to ride it. Or I think they were. I think ours was a knockoff of those. What were those '70s bikes with the long banana seat and the shifter in the middle? Schwinn Stingray.
Stingray.
Yeah, I think it was a knockoff of a Schwinn Stingray. Edmund is just chilling. Nah, it wasn't quite one of those. It was similar though. It wasn't like that. I think the triangle was more classic, but it did have that big banana seat. Oh, there's a real one. Everyone says these bikes are so nostalgic for so many people, and that they're absolute trash to ride. Like they handle horribly. Like you had that shifter in the worst spot to have a shifter. Like, I remember that. The seat on my bike was just like that. Maybe it was. I just don't remember these giant handlebars. I thought, oh, it's a sweet one. What was your first bike? What'd you learn to ride on?
Oh, I can't even remember. My first bike that I would consider my first bike was a Specialized rock hopper.
Ah,
I mean, like a child's, like real child's bike. I have no idea.
hmm. Huh. Yeah, I can't forget my red Huffy. Had foot brake.
Yeah.
You could lay down some fat skids on that thing. Huffy in the late 90s when they came out with a quality BMX line. Oh, yeah, then he was talking about the Tour de France bikes that were made by someone else. Yeah, Sirota and Merckx. Yeah, John Smith. That's how I felt when people started to get decent bikes, and I had my Huffy Mountain Storm, and it was, yeah. I remember when I borrowed a friend. I tried a friend's bike that had the first index shifting I'd ever used, like the Shimano Rapid Fire, and I was just like, I need a bike like this. Like, my parents got me a Trek Hybrid. I always I've looked it up on the stream a million times. It was a 930 or something like that, and yeah, I loved it. Got stolen from Kent State, so that's when I bought my other Trek mountain bike that I still have. Oh, I'll go. You got the GT Mach 1 that got stolen. Schwinn had a resurgence in the early 2000s. Yeah, it'd be worth looking up and see if someone else just bought them in that era and was like trying to make nicer stuff with it. So us trailer park kids, me included, rode Huffies. Yeah, and I mean, I grew up pretty solidly middle class, but I think a lot of my parents just don't spend money on things. Like I think maybe it's why I like to have my bikes be nice now. Rode the garbage ones for so long, but oh man, let me lost my spot again. Sorry, man, I fell way behind. I was all caught up, and there was like almost no more chat, so I just started chatting and rambling. And you guys see if I could not mess this up. Hog Dog asked if Huffy was out of Dayton. I'm assuming they were because, like I said, the Wright Brothers stuff at the Wright Brothers Museum in Dayton has Huffy stuff in it, so I assume they're a Dayton company. How Glenn said in college, your roommate's Raleigh was your escape. Nice. All right, what's up, Brigda? You said you had a 80 Schwinn Sprint in college that was stolen. Then you repurchased an old World Tour that your dad sold to our old neighbor in the 90s. Rode that. Wait, it cuts off on my screen. Rode that for years when you lived in Chicago. Still own it. Nice. Yeah, Schwinn kept their names the same for so long, but they're not always the same bikes, even when it was Schwinn. So you have to like, because I've seen a bunch of different levels of world sport depending on what year it was. Like, 'cause I saw someone's, because for me in my mind, I'm like, okay, these are decent middle of the road bikes because the one I built for Aaron. And then I saw someone else's that did not have like forged dropouts or anything, and had sheet metal dropouts. I'm like, oh, so in this few years they were making world sports as much cheaper bikes then. So
Yeah, right before its total demise, the company that also owned GT was pumping out Schwinn's.
oh, GT and Schwinn were the same for a while.
right around 2000.
Looks like Huffy even makes a recumbent. Is it 10 o'clock already? Yeah, La Vie Claire. No, La Vie Claire was not the team I was thinking of. That was a French team. La Vie Claire rode Look bikes. La Vie Claire had the first carbon bikes ever rode in the Pro Peloton, I believe. But they didn't ride them every year. So I actually have a Bernard Eno La Vie Claire bike over here, but it's not in the classic colors. It's a few years later. Aluminum lugged carbon bike. I've never finished it. That was one of my goals this winter, is to build it on the stream, but finished building it on the stream, but didn't happen. So yeah, the Schwinn Varsity. Some of those Schwinn Varsities weigh more than all my bikes put together. Hey, what's up, William LeBron? PON Holdings is rivaling Giant in size now. Huh. I love old roadies as much as they can, as long as they can clear 28s. Yeah. Yeah, Schwinn Paramounts were originally only made in Waterford, and then they started making. I have a Taiwanese Paramount. I bought it. It was out in someone's yard, and the guy said $40, and I'm like, I took it hoping that it was a Waterford, but it was a Taiwanese one. But for $40, it's still a nice.
$40.
Still nice. It's way too small for me. I keep trying to sell it. It's actually hanging right there. I broke it down finally. Took the parts for other stuff. It had all Shimano 600 on it, I believe. So, which predecessor to 105 or Ultegra?
Ultegra.
Yeah, Ultegra. So it had a nice group set. Internally routed cable too. Yeah, still a decent bike. It's lightweight, but it's definitely not a Waterford. Like I said, I think they're Panasonics. So, Fat Albert. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Those Sorotas and Mercs. Nathan May said, Tim, other than it's a little harder to get, why would someone like Peugeot's, even the threads don't match other brands? Yeah, not just the threads. The seat tube and stems are different sizes. French bikes are a total pain in the ass. I just like French things. That's it. There's no good reason to deal with Peugeots. And most of the ones you see are really trash. Like that one that you almost always see with the checkers on it. It's usually a U08, and they're cheap, heavy bikes. They ride fine. I mean, they ride really well. But, I mean, and again, like I said, the bottom-end Peugeot from 1982 is way better than a Walmart bike right now was. You know, like the bottom of the line. Bottom of the barrel back then didn't get that bad. But, like I said, they were still French bikes. But, yeah, both mine are not expensive bikes. So... I have one decent French bike. My Jeton is a Tour de France, and that's a Reynolds frame set bike, 531. Yeah, if you like, I tell people that. Like, people are looking at vintage bikes, and they're like, I'm gonna make it like a neo retro build. I'm like, unless you want to do a lot of work, don't mess with the French bikes, you know. So unless you have like the seat post and the stem already, but. I got really lucky on the one I rode a ton. I found a new old stock seat post that fit it on eBay, which is kind of wild. So, JC Sell said, thoughts on Josh Tarling's disqualification at Paris-Roubaix. I don't know. That footage looked like that dude was hanging onto that car. If it was a mechanical issue, they weren't trying to do anything about it. Did you see that footage?
I didn't see that. No.
It's bad. Even on GCN Racing news show, probably came out yesterday, but I watched it today. They were saying like that was as sticky as a sticky water bottle gets. So, yeah. And he was using it to get back to the lead group. I think it was a fair disqualification, to be honest. So. For those of you who don't know what a sticky bottle means or what we're talking about, when your team hands you, you could take a water bottle out of the team car and talk to the coach or the director sportif for a while. Not the coach, but you kind of put your hand like this, and they hand you the water bottle, and you do hang on for a second to make sure you grab it. Yeah, for years it's been. You've seen people then like push off the car and hang on too long, get a boost, or a car will speed up while they have their hand on it. And this one, he's just holding on there for long, way longer than is acceptable by modern standards. So, hey, what's up, Dimitri? Racer, I've lost track of who you were replying to with that comment, unfortunately. It's Soviet Russia, the bike ride you. Oh, wow, you guys are still talking about the Schwinn Stingrays. I really got behind. See if I can caught up. Coaster brakes, yeah, those are wild. Dimitri, you said your first bike was a Diamondback BMX. Yeah, Diamondbacks, Huffies. Yeah, definitely people spend more of those. Well, I guess the lowest end specialized mountain bike everyone bought would have been the Hard Rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hard Rock, Rock Hopper, Stump Jumper.
Stump Jumper, yeah.
Is there one more in those?
I don't think so.
No. Red Line, Pro Line 2. There's a really nice red line that comes into the bike shop sometimes, Josh. See it in there. I wasn't familiar with that brand, and I was like, "What is this bike? It looks really nice." And Yonda made fun of me for having a YouTube channel and never hearing of Redline. I have a GoPro. I don't know everything about every bike ever. Oh, JC, your first bike was from Marty's bike shop. Nice, a Giant. Oh, you rode time trials in the Valinier Peninsula when you were like 12 years old. Oh, that's wild. Hey, what's up, Josh Hayden? We have quite a few original crates in the warehouse. Crates of what? Or is there a bike brand called Crates? What am I missing here? Do you know what this comment means, Dave?
I'm lost where you're at.
We have...
Oh, I see.
Oh, original crates of Schwinn bikes, maybe? I don't know. Fat Albert said Schwinn got bought by Pacific, basically a department store brand. I'm not surprised that your 11-year-old has 3 bikes, Racer, considering how many bikes you have. Hello from France. So, not my French, even though I try to do Duolingo, is not good enough to read that name. Anti-compla, tu perd ton sang Freud. Freud. How do you say cold? Freud. Yeah. That's the French word for cold, but I don't know what the rest of it means. Really, I mean, that's something that is a total goal for me and Aaron, is to bike pack in France. We would love to do that. I'd love to go and bike pack in Provence. Just a matter of time, money, and logistics. All of the things. So she really wants to go back next year, like a year from this summer. One of the things we've talked about is going and like seeing one stage of the tour and then spending the rest of the time doing other stuff. Or she might not even do that. I would do that one day. You know? I would love to ride up one of the historic climbs one day and then watch the race. You know, ride up early in the morning.
Oh, you got it. Even if you're not into racing, you gotta catch a stage.
Oh yeah. It'd be so cool. Seeing Paris-Roubaix, and now that we have a better idea of how we would do it too, since we have gone and watched one pro bike race in France. But first decent bike was a hand-me-down Dyno Detour. Let's see what that looks like. Dyno DNA.
I think it's a BMX bike, right?
Oh, it is a BMX. Oh yeah, look at this one with the like the mag wheels.
All the cool kids rode dynos.
Oh yeah, $2,000.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. I need to move my leg, but Edmund is so comfortable down
He's
here.
out.
Look at that position. I can't mess with that. My leg's falling asleep.
He'll get over it.
Are we team Biden or Trump here? Try to keep politics out of the stream, but there's not many Trump supporters in this group of people. Like I said, I'm very political, but I try to make this an escape, but I think Trump's a complete fucking idiot. So, not gonna entertain a bunch of comments on that. By the way, though, if you like Trump for some reason, that's your problem. Both GT and Schwinn got bought by Pacific. Yeah, I thought La Vie I always thought La Vie Claire was a fashion brand, but I only looked that up years ago. But I knew they were. Oh yeah, it's like an organic supermarket, right? That's what La Vie Claire is. But
It's supposed to be capitalized is like it's the organic shop.
is or the organic shop in France. Yeah, I don't know. They really only sponsored that team for a few years, but they kicked the most iconic jerseys I think ever. Got one hanging over there.
Why can't I picture it?
It's right there.
The Mondrian? This one?
Yeah, the Mondrian. That was the La Vie Claire. Yeah. That's the second version, the Toshiba one. The first year they didn't have Toshiba on them, but yeah, I think they are the coolest jerseys ever. They were, yeah, Mondrian inspired, but their official designer, like, came up with these jerseys. Nobody in the meeting liked them, and it went to, like, there's a cool story about it. Like, someone who just happened to, it's like an intern, took the Mondrian and, like, designed that jersey, and then the bikes and everyone was like, this is awesome. So they're still like the Tour of Provence. The leader's jersey has like an influence by this now, like a Mondrian influence. So, anyways. Racer said some companies that got bought and sold still have like a better online store with some quality stuff. Nordicar said a Raleigh chopper circa 1970. Let's see what were those like the Schwinns? I think they were like knockoffs of the Stingrays, right? Raleigh chopper.
Chopper, I believe, yeah, it's a banana seat bike. I'm picturing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think that's when Raleigh started to lose a lot of money, and then yeah, they did. This was one of the things they did to try and bring it back. I think they might have even got sued over this.
That's a ridiculous looking bike.
Yeah. Sorry, Edmund. I have got to move this leg. Don't go anywhere, though. Can you still chill like this? Sorry. You're going to leave too much jostling. Oh, he still wants pets. We're all right. Yeah, those are wild looking bikes, but definitely knockoff of the Stingray. Just straight. That is ridiculous, but also totally sweet. Oh, Edmund wants to chat, apparently. Tell him something. Tell him about bikes. Alright, sorry, bud. Fat Albert said, Schwinn Varsity, ever notice how the tubes are joined? They call it electroforge. No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen plenty of Varsities in person, but I guess I haven't ever paid attention. Oh, David said he dropped one. Oh, we got a number of good bikes in here. This is the Sprint, Schwinn Sprint. Oh, that's the Varsity. What am I talking about? Yeah. Can we zoom in on this? Yeah. Oh man, it's like downloading. Should I make that reference again? Downloading porn in the 90s. Oh, huh. In the front, they have it like all sanded out. I wonder if those are the joints you're talking about. Wow, that's index shifting? I would not have guessed that.
What they do with paint, like all those super old bikes, it's like they're shiny, but it's not like a gloss shiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's cool.
With the shellacked handlebars.
Yeah. No, that's actually just the what's that? Like on the Peugeot. It's that like there's a word for that kind of tape. I always planned to rewrap those Peugeot bars because it's the worst bar tape ever, but it just looks so good. And I'm like, so I've just left it. Yeah, it's like that plasticky stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, is the Sprint more? No, it's still kind of a cheap one. But see, Sprints were ones that they actually made really nice. I think they made some really nice versions of them too.
That's wild.
Look at that chain ring. That's pretty sweet. Would the drop bars be original to this thing?
No way.
Yeah.
That's my new goal. Is just put drop bars on everything.
Drop bars on everything?
Just everything. That's actually cool.
Terry B has a phrase, droppers on everything. I think he even has maybe some shirts or stickers. So you should have drop bars on everything. Which is my attitude for a long time, but now I've switched because I really like my sweet bars on the gunner, and I built up that Peugeot with flat bars just for the hell of it. When I put the alt bars on my Trek, I took the old mountain bike bars and put them on it just to like make something totally weird and different. Yeah.
Oh, from a riding standpoint, sure. They're probably better. Aesthetically, drop bars are the best.
Yeah, drop bars always the best. Yeah. Sad is I say he's proud owner of one of the U.S. made Schwinns, a 1981 all original Campo Nuevo group set. Oh, nice. Ambrosia rims. Rat. Should be like one of your French women. What is that from? A famous movie? Everyone says that, and I know it, but I don't know what it actually comes from.
What?
That phrase, "Shoot me like one of your French women."
It's paint me.
Paint me like one. Yeah. What is that from?
I have no idea.
Is it just an expression?
No.
Or is it from I think it's from a movie, right?
Something.
Yeah. Someone will answer, but I'm about 1,000 comments behind, so I'll catch up. Oh, they were Schwinn crates that Josh Hayden was talking about. Yeah. Second Brian said Redline was the bike brand among the cool kids back when you were riding Huffy. Huh. I'm surprised that I really didn't know that much about him.
Well, that's another. It was a BMX brand.
BMX? Oh. He's talking about the Schwinn Orange Crate. Very collectible. Did you Google this to see if anything came up?
I did not. I got sidetracked by a vintage cycling jersey.
Did you look at the actual Lobby Clear bikes and
Uh-huh.
stuff? They're so rad.
It's pretty. It's different than this though.
That's
Not just the sponsorship though. Like it's got
yeah, it's slightly different.
it's
Yeah,
got
that's a
more gray.
second version. Oh, this is what they're talking about? So it's a version of the Stingray? Orange Crate. Yeah. Huh. No idea. Was not familiar. This isn't the kind of thing if it wasn't for the stream, I would know as much about, though. You know, I mean, I do watch some bike history, you know, documentaries and stuff. But. Ah, so here's the Schwinn series of muscle bikes besides the Stingray were called crates. The Apple Crate, Orange Crate, Pea Picker. Huh. Interesting. Oh, John, you said you saw Tom Boonen's last Paris-Roubaix in 2017. You had great spots on the rail. Nice. Yeah, so I saw 2018. Whoa, just lost my camera. Hello. My voice is still there. But go to the GoPro for now. See what happens. We try turn it off and turn it back on again. Let's see. Yep, it's back. So. Yeah, so I think I was 2018, the year Sagan won. So it's oh, that's what I was gonna say, and I was gonna tell you this too, Dave. So when I was watching the GCN Racing News show today, they said Matthew Van Der Poel is the first person to win Paris-Roubaix in the Rainbow Stripe since the 60s. I watched Peter Sagan win in 2018.
No, Flanders and Paris-Roubaix.
I was working when I was watching that, so that's how I missed it.
Yeah,
so I'm like, there's no way they can miss this fact. Like, you know.
No, there's been a handful.
Yeah.
But no, in the same
year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I freaked out. I thought I wasn't going to find my way into the velodrome. And we were walking around. I'm like, we got here in time. Now we're going to miss the ending. But we got there to watch like the last number of miles on the big screen and everything. It is so cool being in.
Where'd you catch? Because you hit 2 spots, didn't you?
The Arenberg, and we saw the whole beginning. We were supposed to go to Carrefour de l'Arbre, but the guy said if we go there, we might miss the velodrome. What do you guys want to do? And everyone was like, velodrome, you know. We were way behind. We got stuck trying to get out of Compiègne. Like getting our bus driver getting us through those medieval streets. I can't even believe it. Like it was crazy. But Fat Albert said the problem with a lot of the famous climbs on the tours, there's a lot of traffic on them. We enjoyed all the other roads a lot more. Yeah, I mean, it is one of the things you could ride it on a different day too, you know. But well, I was thinking if you rode it on the day of the race, there wouldn't be traffic on it, right? Because they would be shutting it down already. I don't know. That's all the stuff I would look into if we went there. Sam said he did a local race this past Saturday, and there was a group of folks doing some Tour de France heckling. Nice. Hey, what's up, Bradley? Let's see if I can try and fly through some comments and get caught up.
You're not too far back.
Nah. It's already 10:30. I do kind of want to wrap it up. I am exhausted from yesterday. So. It's Mondrian. Mondrian. Yeah. I actually picked up a French biography of Mondrian when I was in France. hoping to get my French up to the ability where I can just like try and read it a little bit, but also it looks sweet, so it doesn't. It looks cool on my shelf too. I wonder how many injuries from the Raleigh chopper. Yeah, the Stingrays and the chopper are famous because I mean, just that you stop too fast and your nuts are right into that shifter, you know. Yeah, Edmund's chill. Edmund does not. He is not mind being jostled because Aaron's cat, you know, is like those memes you see. She just like moves a tiny bit and that dude's gone. So. Bouncing bike life. You said you never rode a multi-speed bike until you were 45. Huh. Yeah, I was always into gears. But Akron's hilly. So. Hog Dog said the first time he tried rapid fire shifters, he thought they were black magic. Yeah, that's how I was. I was like, I didn't know riding a bike could be so cool. Going down the vintage BMX rabbit hole. I was never a BMX rider, and I kind of wish I was because so many of those skills would be nice to have, and I don't have them. Like I can't wheelie well, I can't bunny hop well, you know, all the stuff you learn as a if you BMX when you're young. Hey, what's up, Kaljing? Santa Barbara. That's right. I remember that.
Titanic. That's where it's from.
Oh,
I feel real dumb not.
I've never seen
remembering
Titanic.
that. Me neither, but.
So that's why everyone says it's one of the biggest movies of all time.
Right.
Ah. Interesting. I never would have guessed that because I haven't seen it. So. Oh, cool. I kind of am caught up. Let's look at a couple of the pictures before we wrap up that they've dropped. Oh, this is the GT, the one he was saying that was rare. Oops. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool chain ring also.
Is that it? Are those square chainstays?
Yeah, square chain stays. Drilled out like those. Is that where you put pegs or something? No, not there. That would be in the way of the crane. Yeah, that'd be dumb.
Weird.
Yeah.
You get half a pedal rotation.
Yeah, yeah. First time you try it, it wouldn't go too well. That is sweet though. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. Cool. I think every time I say this, the chat goes nuts. Now would be a good place to end. I do want to end it. I don't want to go too late tonight. Like I said, I'm exhausted, and I've got a ton of work to do tomorrow, having taken off pretty much all of Monday. Pretty much. I took off all of Monday. I got up. I got my stuff together for like an hour, prepare for the adventure. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining as always. Hoping to get the video out from the Eclipse ride. I'd love to get it out tomorrow, but I probably won't. I'll probably get it done tomorrow, but not done in time to post it. So that'll be the next thing that'll be out there. And then I've also got footage from before. The whole weekend was awesome. So, yeah. And then we'll also see you next week. No reason. I don't think there's any reason that I wouldn't be streaming as of now. So, all right, guys. Have a good night. And what do I usually say? Oh, yeah. Peace.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
this is not our
Fitzwater photo.